Hi guys, I'm live just for a minute. I don't mean to go live for nonsense, but this really isn't nonsense, even though it's not me playing guitar or singing or any of that. I want to, I want to. This may not happen again for like a long time. This particular type of update, exact nature of it. Um, so I'm doing an update. Um, it's not just it's a change in my guitar influences, but it's not just a change in it. It's an advancement in it, and that may not happen again for me, and I'll explain the advancement. I just advanced to being able to say and believe and mean that I'm influenced by Yngwie Malmsteen. And first of all, that took a long time to say because he's such a phenomenal player, and he's so different than anybody else was at the time he started. And I'm not just saying this in jest, or I would have said it a long time ago. Why wait till now? I could have said this 10 years ago, but I didn't. Um, um, I wasn't technically able to say that, and I really wasn't even conceptually able to say that because his playing is very classical, and you have to understand classical harmony to even understand what he's doing, and you have to also have to be basically very, very technically proficient to say that you can be influenced by him. So I'm finally saying that that I am influenced by Amy Malmsteen. My main guy right now is still Eddie Van Halen, but that just changing Eddie Van Halen didn't represent an advancement in influence, just a change because I'd already done Eddie Van Halen. I did Eddie Van Halen, and I was playing Eruption in Spanish Fly after by the time I'd been playing guitar for 1 year, and that was when I was 16 years old. So that's not a advancement in influence. That's just an update because after Van Halen, I got into Alan Holdsworth, and then after that, I got into Randy Rhoads, and then after that, I didn't know what I meant, what I was, who my guy was, but then I decided it was Eddie Van Halen. But I never along the way progressed beyond those circle of guys. But now I have, and I can say I'm influenced by Eddie Malmsteen. I like his style, and uh, I'm not saying I'm going to turn into him. I'm not even saying I want to, but I'm going to add him to my palette, which kind of by almost just by osmosis means I'm also adding all the other shredders that went along with him. Steve Vai, Eric Johnson, Joe Satriani, all of them. Greg Howe, Paul Gilbert, even Jason Becker. He was great. Um, Still is in its mind, but you know what I'm saying. Um, and then Vinnie Moore, Tony McAlpine. Um, I'm not saying I can ever even. I'm not saying I don't know if anybody can play like Sean Lane. I think he was just too fast for all of us. Um, and 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 it's just all those slew of next level shredders of the late '80s that I never really, really, really got my head around or my hands around until now. So I'm just saying now if I want to do Yngwie now, I'm able to. Um, I'm not just letting myself, though I'm doing that too. It's also I'm able to. I understand music enough to say I'm influenced by him, and I'm good enough on the guitar to say I'm influenced by him. And I'm not saying that lightly because I don't right now I'm not even playing guitar. I'm not trying to pull any punches by saying it. I'm happy about it, but this advancement in influence may not happen for me again in my life because what's the next thing to advance to? I don't know. I've already done Alan Holdsworth, even though I didn't really know what he was doing. I was able to copy him and get his note for note solos and was able to do it technically. So I'm really happy with this breakthrough, and and I want to mention one more thing. It actually helped to get this. It actually helped that I did the final countdown, which was suggested to me because John Norum, the guitarist for Europe, at least the first guitarist. After that, it was Key somebody, and then who knows after that. But John Norum and Yngwie Malmsteen were both from Sweden, and I think they were even friends growing up. They knew each other. The main difference between the two is that John Norum also studied vocals, which made him not as good at guitar as Yngwie, who didn't practice vocals. That's what I've heard. So doing Final Countdown helped me get this breakthrough too. I've got a feeling because John Norum and Yngwie Malmsteen are from the same country, which is Sweden, and they kind of knew each other growing up. Yngwie called himself or was called the he was called um, hippie in the closet. You know, not me. No, hippie in the. I think that's what it was. Hippie in the closet. Anyway, because he was a hippie, but he was always playing, so he was locked away. Hippie in the cabinet. I think that's what they called him. Yngwie was called the hippie in the cabinet because he was just this shredder. Always played guitar in a little corner, and he was a hippie though. I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.